In 1871, 4 ships were sailing back to the Ryukyuan kingdom. The Ryukyuan kingdom being present-day Okinawa. At the time in 1871, that was a free and independent nation. These 4 ships were sailing back from China because that free and independent nation, they would have to pay sovereignty and tribute to China. And well, as they were going back to Okinawa, they got shipwrecked and they landed here in southern Taiwan. And what later became known as the Mudan incident of 1871. Alrighty, and for these shipwrecked Ryukyuan sailors, it did not end well for them. They were met by the Taiwan tribe here in Mudan, and well, they were slaughtered and they were beheaded because that's what the Aborigines did. When you read about the Aborigines here in Taiwan, you just read about how fierce and brutal and ruthless they were. And what they would do is, I hope that music doesn't mess with my video. Anyways, we'll just continue. What the Aborigines here would do, the leaders, they would go on head hunting expeditions, and they would go to their rival tribes and, you know, try to kill them, behead them, and bring back their heads and put them on stakes and put them in front of their homes or their property or whatever, and just kind of warn people like, hey, you know, don't fuck with us, basically. And so, from what I understand, the Ryukyuan sailors, they probably didn't know that, and well, they came up into the mountains probably looking for help, and they were killed and slaughtered and beheaded. That is what became known as the Mudan incident of 1871. And wow, they have some melons, some mangoes. More? Okay. We had breakfast here earlier, and they had mangoes, but we already got some mangoes, but let's get some water first, I guess, and then we also need to refill some water. Whew. We're up in the mountains, but we're not high enough up. It is still hot and muggy and nasty, and yeah. But we're at the police station here in Mudan, and yeah, it's been great going to pretty much every police station and getting water. Thank you.
Hello.
How do you say, are these for sale?
有卖吗？这些？有啊，有卖啊，有卖啊。早上买吗？早上在山上采的。买几个？早上我们买了。
These are a lot harder.
This is cheap. 这个是刚刚采，不能马上吃。要那样软软的才几天？几天
？Check it out. This is how they come too.
Taiwan.
So you ride around Taiwan, and you see all these trees with a bunch of bags hanging from them to protect the fruit from all the birds. So it's a process. She takes it off, cleans them. They find the good ones, and then they put these little styrofoam covers on them, and then they go out to the market. Thank you. All right, so we got 4 fresh ones for 200. It's about $6. A little more expensive than this morning, but they're fresh. And then they ended up throwing in 3 others that are super ripe that we need to eat right away. Which we will. We can just eat those. Never gets old. And right in the middle of town, of course, you have what looks to be a brand new 7-Eleven. It's pretty nice. We spent a lot of time there last night after we got here, after we climbed up that mountain. We were freaking exhausted. Yesterday might have been the most tiring day of our trip.
It's so similar to batik, the style of printing.
And on the other side here, you have this High Life, which is another type of convenience store. And then here you have an Aborigine souvenir shop. And Vanessa and I, we were just talking, we're like, we haven't seen any Aborigine souvenir shops on our trip yet. Like, we've been up in the mountains, you see a lot of imagery, you see a lot of decorations, statues, memorials, and the buildings are all painted and decorated and whatnot in this style, but you don't see any souvenir shops. I mean, and one thing you notice pretty quickly, you know, I'm from America, I'm from Texas, I've been through New Mexico and Arizona. The colors, the patterns, the imagery, like, it's very similar to Native American culture. Feathers and everything, like, it's so similar. Like, but they're obviously, like, they're literally oceans apart from each other, but there's so many similarities. Hello, ni hao.
So apparently, this is not the central. The central is 5 minutes down.
Oh, central of Mudan?
Yeah.
Oh my
Mudan? Mudan?
We're not even in central Mudan.
This is Mudan. This is like the Mudan entrance of Mudan. And then the center of Mudan is 5 minutes. And there's a hot spring.
Oh my goodness. We didn't even make it to the center of Mudan.
And she has a shop there.
I think we found a few things in there, or at least Vanessa did, but she wouldn't sell them to Vanessa. I think it's a few things in there.
I get what she means. Yeah, I was like that with my batik too, you know.
Yeah, a few things in there. I mean, they're just so old and kind of precious and one of a kind that she doesn't want to part with them. Because Vanessa, she's able to find the good stuff, and she was like, "Ooh, what about this one?" She was like, "Oh, sorry, that's not for sale," even though it looks like it would be for sale. But we're gonna stop in here and look for some ingredients for the pico de gallo. Ooh. Onions.
Yeah, I know, obviously.
Hello.
What the heck? The local chips. Oh, looks good.
Ooh.
Looks really good.
Local Mudan chips?
Taiwanese. Where is it from?
Banana chips? Ooh, yeah.
No, it's not banana.
Really?
It's a local potato chips. It doesn't say it's from Mudan. It's Taiwan. It doesn't say where exactly. Oh, you're Kaohsiung. It's from Kaohsiung. From Kaohsiung. It's so light. Sometimes.
Okay, this is what a local grocery store looks like in Mudan. Very nice. Produce section anywhere?
There.
Let's see what we got in here. Are we gonna have to get more? So they didn't have the produce that we were looking for, but they have these interesting looking snacks in here, and we love our snacks. So it's kind of soft too. You'd think it'd be hard, but no, you can push into it. Kind of soft. It has some raisins in there. It kind of looks like crunched up simbe, like rice crackers from Japan, but I don't think that's what it is. And it looks like a Rice Krispie treat. Yeah, that looks like a Rice Krispie treat too. Super soft.
Airy.
Yeah, very airy. Kind of sticky. I like that.
You like it?
I like it. Not too sweet. Yes. Yeah. This is a definite yes. Okay. All right. A slight crunch to it, but not much. Kind of subtle. Can't really taste the raisins, but that's good. Mmm. These could be dangerous. Got some bean curd.
Balls.
Bean curd balls. It's gonna go in our soup later. Hopefully it's good. Should be good.
It will be good, I know it.
Vanessa said it's gonna be good. It's probably gonna be good, so I trust her. Alright. The lady from the souvenir shop said the city center of Mudan is actually 5 minutes that way by car, so about 15 minutes on a bike. But we're not gonna go down there. I think this feels like the city center. I mean, it has the basketball court, it has the community center, it has a school, it has a police station, it has a 7-Eleven. I feel like this is the city center. And down there, maybe the shopping district?
Maybe
I don't
they
know.
sell stuff there.
I don't know, but it's in the opposite direction from where we're going.
Oh,
so.
it's a hot spring. It's where the hot spring.
And so
you mentioned about the hot spring.
I guess there's some hot springs down there, but we're not heading down there. We got what we need, and we're gonna head to the coast. And we're also gonna finish the story about the Mudan incident of 1871. And so what happened after these 54 Ryukyuan sailors were slaughtered and beheaded? Well, this raised the attention of the Japanese. And it's important to note that this happened in 1871, 8 years before Japan had annexed the Ryukyu Kingdom and the Okinawan Islands. You know, when you read a lot about this incident, a lot of times they'll just mention that this was a Japanese ship that was shipwrecked, and it was Japanese sailors who were butchered and beheaded. But that wasn't actually the case. They were from the independent kingdom of Ryukyu, or Ryukyu, depending on the pronunciation. And so, but what this did initially do, it raised the attention of the Japanese and turned their focus towards the island. You see? Get out of the middle of the street. You see, when this happened, Japan, they still wanted answers. And so they turned to China and the Qing dynasty, and they were like, hey, what the hell? Like, how could you let this happen? We think, you know, Japan had thought that China had control over the entire island of what was then known as Formosa. And well, China's response was, you know, sorry, we don't actually control that part of the island. We don't have jurisdiction, or, you know, we don't have control of that part. And so this got the attention of the Japanese, and they started thinking, wait a second, if China doesn't really have control over the entire island, you know, maybe we could, and maybe someday we could have control over the entire island. And so eventually that kind of set the wheels in motion. Japan eventually was able to colonize the island of Taiwan in 1895, but it was because of the Mudan incident, because of the shipwreck, that, you know, raised the attention of the Japanese. And that's why I thought it was very important to tell that story and to come here and just visit this small town. But yeah, it's a pretty cool place. Look at this huge dam. But nowadays, the Aborigine people are super friendly and nice. No more beheadings. Thankfully. Wow, Vanessa found a nice spot over there. It is a hot day today. Beautiful. And we're going uphill. We're going that way. All right. Let's get out of Mudan. I think that's enough. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Not sure what this says, but that's a cool looking tree over there, providing shade for the trucks and the tractors. And yeah, I love it. Nice. You see a lot of snakes, a lot of snake paintings, drawings. all over the village. It's got to be a symbol for their tribe here in Mudan, or for the city, for the Taiwan people. I don't know. A lot of snakes here though.